Hello, everyone, and welcome to World Series News Underground. This is a very important update in the middle of our news cycle when it is that we are very concerned and are getting all very excited about a potential release from bondage or from being hostages in Australia from December 1, or at least in New South Wales, whereby we are told that on December 1 in New South Wales, it's pretty much get back to normal day. In the lead up to these events, it is assumed that at 70% double vaccination rate, the New South Wales population will be allowed or released in early October, around about the 11th, which is being dubbed Freedom Day, or should be dubbed Hostage Release Day. And it is on December 1 of 2021 when it's being told that the state government will release all remaining residents of New South Wales, around about 10% of us who decided not to take the vaccine, back into society. There'll be no QR codes, there'll be no vaccine passports, but we'll be allowed to go back into society. How very generous, Premier Gladys Berejiklian. We don't expect that you'll still be Premier then, and that's because you'll qualify for your parliamentary pension sometime in November, and by that stage, Parliament will have to be sitting, in which case the ICAC will be open. So it's highly likely that there'll be a very different set of scenarios. However, the purpose of this broadcast is to explain that perhaps we should all be a little bit more observant of what may happen that will give the government an argument to not let us back out on December 1, in which case we'll be segregated again. And the purpose of that is to look at what's happening in Singapore, a country, an island, much smaller than ours, but with a population much smaller than ours as well, of just 5.9 million people. However, in Singapore, they've already reached their 82% double vax status, and it would be very appropriate for us to look at what's happening in Singapore right now, because the numbers there are so small that no one's really paying attention. But are they? Let's take a look. In April 1, 2020, Singapore had just recorded its 1,000th case of COVID and its third COVID death. 4 months later, on July 31, 2020, the statistics had then changed to that they had now had 52,205 cases of COVID and recorded 27 deaths. Fast forward 12 months to see what happened in the period where there was no vaccine being offered until early January 2021. So from July 31, 2020 to July 31, 2021, the cases of COVID increased in that 12-month period by 12,279. Of those, an average of 944 per month. Deaths from COVID increased from 27 to 37 in that period of time. Now, interestingly, on July 1 of 2021, the double vaccination rate in Singapore was 37%. By the end of July, 30 days later, the double vaccination rate had risen to 60%. And as of yesterday, it was at 82%. So the statistics that we need to explore here are what happened in Singapore, where they only had 37 deaths total to COVID in the period up to July 31, 2021. Well, as of yesterday, they are at 80 deaths from COVID. So in the last 8 weeks, 43 people have died from COVID in Singapore, when in the previous 15 months, they only lost 37 people to COVID. So that's saying two things. Not just that more people are dying in Singapore after being heavily vaccinated, but that the Delta variant is killing more people than the earlier variant, when it shouldn't. And what we don't realize is that more than 4 out of 5 people are vaccinated and that they are clearly being included in these numbers. Now, if we look at the case numbers between July 31 and September 26, we'll see that they increased by 22,911, or as much as 1,000, I beg your pardon, or as much as 11,456 per month. That's an increase on last year of 1,200% in case numbers. And just yesterday, Worldometers reports that there were 1,647 new cases of COVID in Singapore in just one day. In the year July 31, 2020 to July 31, 2021, there were only 12,229 cases of COVID, and they had 1,647 cases yesterday. There is something very, very wrong with the vaccine and what's happening in Singapore. And in Australia, we need to be very, very careful what we wish for. The most important thing that we're going to keep an eye out for in the statistics, therefore, is what happens between Freedom Day or Hostage Release Day around October 11 and what happens on December the 1st. Because clearly, in that period of approximately 50 days, there will be only vaccinated people mixing in businesses out there in the community, and the unvaccinated will be wholly segregated from the community, even in areas where they are not locked down at the moment. We are going to experience a horrible 50 days in that period, although there'll be many temptations for the unvaccinated to get out and circulate, and that will probably be the excuse that authority will use to lock us down again on December the 1st. Don't get mad, just get smart. And from there, we'll know exactly how to read the numbers, and we will be able to point out the anomalies and start to take our politicians to task, our institutions to task, and certainly the media to task. Keep a close eye on the statistics as we focus here today on Singapore, and we'll be back with more short breaks of statistical updates as they come to hand. Thanks for watching World Series News Underground. We are available now on worldseriesnews.com.au, also on Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble. Keep an eye out, keep supporting, and please share this video, because all good information can only help you change the world, because it is you that can do it. Thanks for watching. See you on the next show.